I got a little bit of this battery that I'm going to use. You are more than a woman. You are a goddess. You are divinity embodied here on the earthly plane of existence. Most of us are portals for our star seeds to come through. One thing that just kind of like came to me in a download is the fact that everyone talks about Jesus and his immaculate conception, but one thing that you need to know as a woman is that you need to be protected as well as Mother Mary, the mother of God, the mother of Jesus. Um, and when I say the mother of God, we are all gods. I'm not saying this in a religious way. I'm saying this in a way to impress upon your mind of who you are. Mary was also an immaculate conception and it was hidden. Most people did not know that Jesus' mother came from immaculate conception as well. Anna was Mary's mother. How do I know this? Well, for many of you that know about me, you know that my past life that I am in the bloodline of Jesus. I am Jesus' first cousin. My father in a past life was Josephus Amatheus, which is Mary's twin brother. Nobody knew that Mary, the mother of Jesus, was a twin. I didn't even know until I did my past life. And I found out all of this information on my past life. The fact that she was also a star seed, just like her son. Mary herself was born out of immaculate conception, just like Jesus. Jesus was born out of immaculate conception. Back in those days, women such as seers, oracles, witches, spellcasters, whatever you want to call them, or whatever we identify with as today, back then, we were hidden. We were like protected. Because women, to have such power like that, you were sought after and not for the good. People wanted to kill women like us, witches, and burn us to the stake because of our power. Men back then, who even had wives, were more in love with the witches and the spellcasters and the soothsayers and the oracles and the fortune tellers more so than they were with their wives because they were able to help them in their business. They were not the women that were spending their money like their wives. They were the ones that were bringing them money and telling them how to invest. We are an asset. Okay? We are a well sought out commodity. If you, as a man, have a woman who is able to see the future, who's able to give you gains and to tell you what investments to invest in, and to be able to cast spells to draw money so you can manifest more money, that is an asset. And for women like that, I am going to warn you, there are other women who would try to go after your man. This is the reason why a lot of people who practice the craft, a lot of spiritual women, they hide their lovers. They hide their lovers. It's not because they feel that their lovers can be taken. It's not because they feel insecure, but they know that men can be weak. And so with that being said, a lot of these women that are chasing after these men, they think that it's the men themselves that are strong. No, they don't realize that it is the woman that is behind that man, making that man who he is. And a lot of times they want to fill the shoes of the oracle or the spiritual woman, and they don't realize how big those shoes are. So oftentimes these spiritual women find themselves in situations where they are always having other women chasing after their men because they believe that it is the man that has the power, but when in all reality it's not the man, it's the spiritual woman. So really, they don't even know, sis, they really want to be with you. It's not the man that holds that power. It is the woman that is backing that man. that is giving him power. Hello. Hi, Shanice. Namaste. Love and light to you as well. For those that are here, please press that like button so we can go ahead and get this out. You know how that is in YouTube land. So more people can watch, more people can see, more people can view, more people can share. I highly appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I'm just keeping it 100% real with every spiritual woman that is on this walk, that is on this path. There are going to be women who are going to be after your man because you are making your man shine. You are making your man more impressionable. It is you that is basically the core essence of who that man is. But the people on the outside looking in just think that it's all about him. It's him that is exuding this light. It is him that is, coming into his own. But there is a quote that many of you I know even by heart. Behind every good man, there's what? It's a good woman. Grand rises to you. Is it Fada True? True Media. I hope I said the name right. Namaste. Thank you for joining. Listen, as a spiritual woman, you are more than just a woman. You are more than just a man with a womb. You have divinity. We are all divine sparks of source. All of us are on the same path. We just have different journeys getting to our destination. All right? The path is for all of us to come back into atonement, which is at one-ment with Source God. That's the whole journey. That's the reason why we keep incarnating in many incarnations, trying to get back to that perfect state that we once had all at the beginning with God. Period. If anyone tell you anything other than that, it's a lie. The whole intent and purpose of why we keep incarnating is because we are working out karma. We are working out and we are doing duality, right? Because once you come back into one with Source, there is no duality, you guys. Duality is nothing but an illusion anyway. It's only oneness and wholeness, right? So as a goddess manifested in the flesh, you should know that it's about becoming your complete and whole self without a man first. Then once you have mastered your autonomy of having this wholeness on your own, then you can hold space for another to come along, and then they can be their complete and their whole selves alongside you, right? So within, so without. Whatever is going on in the inside will always match what's on the outside. That is the law. That is how the law of attraction works. Jesus spoke about the law of attraction. Jesus spoke about karma, but not in those terms. Because back then, those days were not as modern as they are now, and they weren't coined in those words as they are now. With the frequencies and the vibrations that are here with the new earth, these are the terms that we use because that's what's relevant to this time, right? So let's speak about karma as a woman. It is very important that you choose wisely your partner, because whoever you sleep with, right, whoever you make these soul ties with, you're going to pick up their karma. And this is why the twin flame journey is very significant, and most people don't even know that once you sleep with your twin flame, you take on their karma. Unbeknownst to yourself, you literally take on their karma. I learned about this through, what's her name? Claire and Prophet. I read her book. I brought her twin flame book. And at first I'm like, no, this don't sound right. But then when things started happening to me, even though I wasn't even with my twin, we were separated, and just little shit was happening to me, and it wasn't making sense because like I was clearing out my karma, I was doing Reiki, and it was just still some things that was happening to me that I could not completely understand why. Well, that was because I was carrying my twins' karma then at that time. Once I cleared all of that karma out, all of the ruckus and all of the, let's just say dross, trash, anything that he had, like excessive baggage, all of that was cleared out. But it wasn't until I started to learn how to clear out the karma that my life was, being restructured and put back together and reorganized. As a spiritual woman, there are certain things that we cannot do. We can't afford to do that most average women can do. One of them is we cannot afford to allow for low vibrational men to waste our time. Time is energy. And as you know, energy is currency. It's a exchange, whether it's through sex, whether it's through mental manipulation or stimulation, or whether it's just in conversation. That still is an emotional attachment. And as a spiritual woman, we have to be careful of the exchange of energy that we have between the people in our lives, whether it's lover, friends, or family. Okay? I'm going to group them all together because it's not just lovers, it's those groups that I just said. Friends and family are included as well because they can also become spiritual vampires and they can take from our light. Right? I don't know what keeps on coming on my screen. Can you guys hear me okay? And is it buffering? Hey, beautiful soul. Divine Galaxy. Someone please comment. Let me know it's not buffering. Something keeps popping up on my screen. And it's distracting me. Because I don't know if the live is buffering or what's going on. So can someone say if everything's okay so I can go forward? I'm good. Thank you. Thank you, niece. All right. So back to what I'm saying. As a spiritual woman, you cannot afford to have someone to drain your energy because you are light. You are a lighthouse. You need to have that as your source because this is your spiritual food, right? Man cannot eat on bread alone, but out of every utterance. What does it say? Oh, shoot. Low battery. That's what keeps flashing. Sorry, y'all. It is a low battery. Man cannot eat alone, but out of every utterance is coming forth from God's mouth, right? So, with that being said, you are a light being. Unlike most people, like me, I only eat once a day. Once a day is sufficient for me. I don't have to eat 3 times a day. Matter of fact, I can't eat 3 times a day. My body, in the way that it's set up, I would get sick. My body would start shutting down. I can't have earthly food like that. So once a day is fine for me. What I crave more is spiritual food and light food, like meditation, breath work. All that's important for me because I am, just like you, a multi-dimensional being. So that means there are different bodies that need to be fed. Your emotional body, your spiritual body, and your physical body. You cannot just focus on the physical. And a lot of spiritual women wonder why they are depressed or why they feel down because you're only focusing on the physical when you're spiritual. You have to focus on the spiritual you first. Make sure that your spiritual you is taken care of first and foremost. Because, again, what happens in the spiritual realm, this manifestation happens into the physical realm. You don't get sick in the physical realm first, you guys. You get sick in the spiritual realm first. Then it manifests in the physical. Okay? So, I'm trying to make sure that I got everything covered before my battery goes. Yes, I'm okay. Thank you. I really want to help you guys. I really want to help you out because I know many of you are just starting your journey. I've been on my journey, honestly, ever since that I was a baby. I've been talking and speaking to angels. I still work with these angels. I have been on this journey my whole life. And just like many of you, I have awakened and I have went back to sleep. I love your mask. That is so nice. MTV mask. That's cool. Anyway, I've been awakened and I've allowed myself to go back to sleep based off of things that has happened to me in my life that I choose not to go into on this video. But the object, or let's just say the objective, is that when you awaken, stay awake. Many of us have been through so much that we refuse to go back to sleep. To go back to sleep is to die, right? And just make sure that you know, as a spiritual woman, that there's more to you than meets the eye. There's more to you that is under development. You're never going to be truly where you need to be. And for most people that think that they are awakened, they think that they have arrived. They think that they're there. You're not. You're just right at the brinks. You're barely where you need to be. Because if you were where you needed to be, there wouldn't be no purpose of you being on the earth. Right? Because once you finally accomplish all that needs to be accomplished, you leave this play. Like Rumi said, you leave this play. There's nothing else that needs to be played out once you've reached that level of attainment of ascension. So while you're here, there's work to do. And just know, as a spiritual woman, it's okay to not be okay all the time. It doesn't mean that you're in a low vibration. It doesn't mean that you're down. It just means that right now, on your leg of your journey, you need a break or you need a rest. And that's fine. And a lot of times people don't understand, understand, or overstand that there are going to be times where you're going to not feel like yourself. There are going to be times that you're not going to have no pick up and go, that you just want to lay in a damn bed and just fucking rest. And that's okay. You can't do everything all the time. Sometimes you need to just sit back and recuperate and recharge your spiritual batteries, because you don't have no pick up and go, because you didn't gave all of your energy away. Whether you're a healer, whether you're pouring into your kids, whether you're working a job, a 9 to 5 that's demanding, whether you're in a relationship with a lover that's demanding, or whether you're just pulling from your own energy by spinning your wheels or dispersing it out to other people. It doesn't matter. A break is a break, whether it's from all of that or it's just a break from life. Sometimes we forget, as spiritual women, to rest. We need rest. Rest is good for the body, right? The mind, it needs to be stilled, and the body, it needs to be slowed down sometimes, right? Then sometimes the mind needs stimulation, and then the body also needs exercise, all right? Because the body at rest stays at rest. So sometimes we need to make sure that we're getting up and doing what we need to do, okay? Hi, Dee. So, all right, you guys, I love you. I'm going to go ahead and get off because my battery should be going off anytime and I need to charge it. I'm at the airport still, waiting for my last connection to go home. Oh, God. This has been a long journey, y'all. This has been a day journey. I probably won't get home until 10 o'clock tonight, to be quite honest. But it's all good. But please comment in the comment section, like, share this video, get this video out there. It's no good for just those that are just here. It's for everybody, because you just never know what someone's going through and what they need to hear at the time that they need to hear it. I love you guys so much. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for continuously supporting my channel. Let me know if there's something that you're even going through as a spiritual woman, so maybe I can, touch bases on that on another live video or something, okay? Give me dialogue and feedback. That is so important, because you just don't know how many emails that I get with, topics that I should discuss that I end up discussing, and it really helps a whole lot of people. Help me to help you. and help me to help others. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I love you. Namaste.